This is Cerebral Cinema. Movies of the mind.
I think you will enjoy playing this music very much, mademoiselle.
I hope so, monsieur. I've searched half of Paris for it.
Here at Pierre's shop on the Rue de la Seine, you will always find all the finest music ever written.
I remember that. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mademoiselle, and come again. And now, what can I do for you, monsieur?
I am looking for the chicken.
It is all right, Henri. The girl is at the side. There. Have you agreed to do what I ask?
You're sure there isn't any risk?
Not if you are careful and do what I have told you.
Well, I told my sister I might be going out of town for a while, that's all.
Good. Then it's arranged.
Yes.
Come in the back. I have something for you.
Money, I hope?
Money, a ticket for passage to America on the liner leaving Le Havre tomorrow night. And something I want you to carry with you, which is very valuable.
What is that?
I will show you.
Yes?
First, here is what you must guard with your life.
Guard that with my life? That's nothing but a small buzzer on battery set. An ordinary door buzzer.
Ah, a door buzzer, Henri. Oui. But you will open a door with this that will make both of us rich. Comprenez-vous?
And now on to Dick Palmer as Boston Blackie. Enemy to those who make him an enemy. Friend to those who have no friend.
All right, you're next. Anything to declare?
No, I have nothing to declare.
It's your luggage?
Yes, this is my...
Well, I didn't recognize you at first.
Oh, you did?
If it isn't my old friend Henry Taylor.
Yes?
I'll say you have nothing to declare, nothing you want to declare. See what you have in your suitcase.
Nothing, I tell you. Absolutely nothing.
I'll find that out for myself if you don't mind.
I do mind. I have a passport. I'm here legally. You have no...
Taylor, you're bothering me.
I'm bothering you.
Let's see. Shirts, socks, pajamas, ties.
Well?
You're traveling light this trip, Taylor.
I'm not staying long.
I'm glad to hear that. Say, what's this? What's a bell and battery set doing in your valise?
It's a buzzer.
So it is, isn't it?
There is no law against bringing a buzzer into this country, is there?
No, there isn't. But there might be a law against why you're bringing it in. What's the idea, Taylor?
Well, the idea is not mine, friend, but you'd be surprised at what a great idea it is.
Blackie, you're restless. What's the matter?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just that things have been a little dull.
Oh, we might go to an exciting movie. We don't get a chance to when things aren't dull.
All right, good idea. Let's go to a movie. There's a good film over...
Uh-oh. There's something about the way that phone's ringing that tells me we're not going to a movie.
Here's hoping.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello, Blackie?
Yes?
Blackie, this is Harry Johnson, Customs Inspector.
Oh, yes.
Remember me?
Sure, Johnson. What's up?
Something a little silly. You remember Henry Taylor, don't you?
I should say I do. Slickest diamond smuggler in the business. Is he back in this country?
Yes, just arrived from France. And guess what I found in his luggage?
What?
A buzzer and battery set that works.
A door buzzer and battery set?
Yeah.
Huh?
I took it apart, but that's all it is. Only I'm sure he had a reason for bringing it in. What do you make of it?
Nothing at the moment. I'll call you if I do. If I find out anything about a buzzer, I'll give you a buzz.
Now who we're calling on, don't you, Joe? Well, we ain't calling on my Aunt Effie. And I got my gun ready for our friend if there's trouble. That's what you mean, ain't it, Tom?
That's what I mean. We must remember to send that other friend of ours in Paris a few bucks for tipping us off to this guy.
The friend we got watching Lascaux, you mean?
Who else?
This guy's home, all right.
Yes?
You Henry Taylor?
Yes, I am.
I'd like to talk to you a minute.
Of course. Come in.
Thanks. Close the door, Joe. We want this convention to be private.
Sure.
What do you men want? And how do you know my name?
We know your name and all about you. We followed you from the boat. And how's Pierre Lascaux?
Pierre Lascaux? I do not know anyone.
We know
but...
you do, Taylor. Maybe we should introduce ourselves. I'm Tom Downey, and my friend here is Joe Small.
John.
That mean anything to you?
No.
Well, it should. We were Pierre Lascaux's associates in the old days. Pierre sent you to go to a certain safe, didn't he?
I do not know what you're talking about.
I know. Now, look. We'll give you $5,000 if you go back to Pierre and tell him you couldn't find that safe.
No, I won't do it.
If you don't, you won't go back to Pierre at all.
Get out.
I'll give you 5 seconds to change your mind, Henry. And Joe, you know what to do.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Joe.
Sorry, Tom. I just couldn't wait till you got to 5. Impatient, ain't I?
All right, man. Keep searching this room till you find something. Matthew, see that bureau is dusted for fingerprints. It ought to have some. It does, Inspector Faraday, but I think they're all the dead men. Well, never mind what you think. Let's find out.
Yes, sir.
Blackie, what are you doing?
Still fussing around with this buzzer and battery, said Faraday.
Yeah, well, waste all the time you want, as long as it isn't mine. You've got that fool thing taken apart.
Almost. If I can just get this metal cap pulled back from the buzzer, I might find what I'm looking for.
What are you looking for? What makes it buzz?
No, what made Taylor bring it all the way from Paris with him. There, got it off.
Yeah, what did you find in it? Nothing.
I'm going to find something, Faraday, because I think Taylor was killed for this buzzer.
What?
And if he wasn't killed for it, then because of it.
Look, that's just a plain, everyday, ordinary door buzzer. Now, what else would it be?
There's nothing in the buzzer system. Maybe what I'm looking for is in the battery.
Blackie, put that thing down.
Okay, Faraday. There, that did it.
I'll say it did it, and all it did is make a mess. I ought to make you clean it up.
If I can find out why Taylor brought this thing into this country, I'm sure I can clean up this case.
I'll clean it up myself. Now, if you want to be some real help on this case, tell me who killed Taylor and stop worrying about that buzzer. Oh, now, what are you doing?
Taking the insulating cloth off the wires that ran from the buzzer to the battery. I have just a little idea.
I already have an idea. That you're out of your mind. Now, what did you find?
Nothing I can see with my naked eye.
Put clothes on it. You won't be able to see anything either.
Maybe not. But you've got a machine at the police laboratory that could play back a message, if there was one recorded on this wire.
Yeah? Well, that makes you think there's a message on it.
There might be. There's got to be some reason for Taylor to have brought this gadget here.
Maybe.
Let's run this through the wire recording machine, and even if we find nothing, we've lost nothing.
I'm ready with the wire recorder, Inspector Faraday. All right, turn it on. And if music comes out, I want the first dance with you, Blackie.
Delighted, Inspector.
You know there won't be anything recorded on that wire.
We'll see.
Here it is, Blackie.
Seminator, 112. Now 13 and 8. Now 9 and 12. Now 4 and 10. Seminator, 112.
Well, Faraday, you satisfied?
Satisfied. What about? A bunch of numbers? Well, what are you doing? Writing them down?
Yeah. And you can turn that thing off, Matthews. I've got him.
Okay, but what you got has got me.
780, 112. And then a series of numbers with R and L in front of them. You know what we have here, don't you, Faraday?
We might have the combination to a safe. But what about those first two numbers?
A safe has not only a combination, Faraday, it has an address. And the address is 780 112th Street. But before we go there, we're going to Mary's apartment.
Miss Wesley's? What for?
I don't want to be a genius for your benefit alone, Inspector. I want an audience, an appreciative audience.
Tommy, you sure we searched everything in Taylor's room? You sure there still ain't something the cops could find on him that'll link him to Pierre's safe?
Yeah, we searched him and his whole room. All we found was that buzzer and battery set. That couldn't have had anything to do with the safe. He had the combination in his head.
Oh.
You put that gun away, will you?
I think I'll carry it around with me.
I said put it away.
Look, you've been jumpy ever since we killed Henry Taylor, and I don't feel safe around jumpy people.
We didn't kill Henry. You did.
Huh. You're as cute as my Aunt Effie's poodle. I was waiting for you to say that.
I'll say a lot more if you don't put down that gun. A lot more if you don't put down that gun. A lot more if you don't put down that gun. A lot more if you don't put down that gun. A lot more if you don't.
But the next one is going to get you. And that'll be on purpose, too.
You think there's money in this safe, Blackie, but I think it's probably full of jewelry.
I still think it's loaded with money. We'll know in a minute.
Well, I hope so.
What was the last number, Mary?
10. As if you needed a combination to open a safe.
Oh, saves time this way. Here goes. And here goes. And here goes. And here goes. And hold your breath, Faraday. You're going to see the wealth of a lifetime.
Blackie, please, hurry and open it. I can't wait much longer.
It's unlocked, but the door's stuck a little. There, it's opening.
Blackie.
So you knew what you were talking about, did you, Blackie?
Well,
Yeah, well, now I know what you were talking through. Your empty head. This is an empty safe.
And now back to Boston Blackie. In a Paris music shop, a man named Pierre gives a buzzer and battery set to Henri Taylor and tells him to take it to America and guard it with his life. In this country, Henri is met by two of Pierre's former partners. Because Henri will not deal with them, he is killed. Later, Boston Blackie discovers a safe combination recorded on the wires of the set. But when Blackie opens the safe, it's empty. As we return to our story, Blackie is in Inspector Faraday's office at police headquarters.
Well, genius, you happy now?
don't bother me, Faraday. I'm thinking.
Nobody thinks in my office.
You're not kidding.
You run me ragged on a chase up to an empty house. What do we find? An empty safe.
That's what has me thinking. When we found that safe empty, we found out something. Whoever sent that fellow Henri was under the impression that whatever had been in the safe still was in it.
Now you know what impression somebody was under. Tell me, Blackie, what do you eat to make you so smart?
You're eating my words. It doesn't turn out the way I think.
Yeah, well,
Don't you see, Faraday? Whoever sent Henri gave him the address and the safe combination on the piece of wire because he wanted to be sure there was no slip-up. That Henri would find whatever it was he was sent for.
Yeah, he wasn't sent for any bullet, and he found that.
It found him. I think I have this whole thing figured out now.
Congratulations. Write me a letter telling me all about it.
Listen, get this picture.
Paint it.
Do you remember the Pierre Lascal mob? So Lascal disappeared a couple of years ago. Nobody ever knew what became of him, or the money that we knew that he stole. But he was French, wasn't he?
Well, with a name like Pierre Lascal, what would he be? A Norseman?
Seriously. He was French, and Henri Taylor came to this country from Paris. Lascal could have sent him. He could have come over here for the money that Lascal stashed.
I know I'm slipping because I admit something you say is possible.
Now, let me finish.
Go on.
Lascal's gang knew about the money. Had stolen it before this Henri Taylor guy got here. And didn't want Taylor reporting back to Lascal that it was missing, so they killed him. All we've got to do is to find Lascal's former partners.
Well, he worked with a couple of clowns named Tom Downing and Joe Small. How do we find them?
I'll figure out a way. And when I start to figure, pal, things generally add up.
May I help you, mademoiselle?
I'm looking for Pierre.
I am Pierre.
Oh, good. I am Claire Taylor, Henri Taylor's sister. I came here because Henri is dead.
Dead?
The police in America informed me this morning. And Pierre, you sent Henri to America. I know all about it because he told me everything.
He did?
Everything. I know who you are, Pierre, and what you are. And I'm going to the Paris police.
Come into the other room with me a moment, mademoiselle, and I will show you something that will perhaps change your mind about going to the police.
What is it?
Come, I will show you. If the police have reported your brother's death, they have probably also discovered something which I did not want them to discover.
What?
A length of wire, such as this, but shorter than this. The wire from a recording machine. I used a wire like this to record the combination of a safe.
Yes?
Then I connected it to a battery and buzzer and gave it to your brother.
And this is all you want to show me?
No. I want to show you that a wire can be used for many things.
I've killed a guy. I have a lot of money. Now what do I do?
Oh, Blackie.
Sorry, Mary. I've got to think this thing out. I'm two people, Tom Downey and Joe Small.
Wait till Barnum and Bailey hear about you.
Mary, right now I'm trying to put myself in the place of Pierre Lascal's two partners who double-crossed him. I've spread word through the underworld that I'm after them, but so far they haven't shown their faces.
Well, remind me to thank them for that if I ever see them.
Wait a minute.
Well?
Wait here a minute. I've just thought of something. I'm going to telephone Faraday and ask him to check the Paris police for Lascal.
Oh, Faraday will love calling Paris for you.
He won't mind. He has a French phone.
Oh, Blackie.
Don't go away. I'm going to hop across the street to that cigar store and call. Be right back, Mary.
All right, Blackie. I'll look in the shop window right here. Blackie! Look out! That car! Oh, Blackie!
Blackie. Let me through. Excuse me. Let me through. Let me through. Look out. Blackie. Blackie, are you hurt badly?
I don't think so, Mary. The car knocked me down, but I think I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, Blackie, that could have been such a terrible accident.
What accident? That little production was done on purpose.
Oh, no.
Mary, maybe I couldn't find Lascal's chums, Tom Downey and Joe Small, but I guarantee they just found me. And I still want to make the phone call to Faraday. You did what I wanted you to do, Inspector?
Yes, Blackie. Now, will you do what I want you to do? Clear out of here?
Sure, as soon as you get me a rogues gallery picture of Pierre Lascal.
All right.
If that story I asked you to plant in the French newspapers does what I want it to do, we're going to have a visit to this country.
You think Lascal will come here?
Why shouldn't he when he reads that the guy he sent here was killed? And what's more important, that when we opened the safe, there was nothing in it. Lascal will know that he was double-crossed by his old partners, and he'll know, and we'll know where to find them.
Well, what makes you think you'll know where to find Lascal?
He'll be in a big hurry to get to those characters, Faraday, and he'll fly here. There's only one airport where transatlantic planes land, and I'll be at that airport. And when he lands, I'll land him.
This is the way you want it, eh, Joe? Split the dough and split up.
Well, it ain't my Aunt Effie who wants it that way. Things are getting too tight in this city. I'm blowing out of town. Thank you for my share.
You leaving right away?
You wouldn't be trying to stop me, would you, Tom?
No, this is okay with me.
Good.
It's too bad our last deal didn't work out so good.
You mean trying to knock off Bart and Blackie by running them down? It wasn't a smart idea anyhow.
Maybe not. Something had to be done about him. You heard what everybody was saying, that Blackie was out to get us?
Yeah, sure, but how is he going to find us? Who knows about this joint except you and me?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Somebody else knows.
Well, it ain't my Aunt Effie.
No, it's our ex-partner, Pierre. That Frenchie knows. He should. This was his place, remember?
Yeah, sure, but he's in Paris. That's a long way from here.
I know.
Look, I'm going in the next room and lay down. Oh, the kid comes with my railroad tickets. Let him in, will you? I ordered the things on the phone. It's safer than going out. There's dough on the table to pay him.
Okay, I'll take care. Take your nap, Joe. Sleep like you ain't got a worry in the world.
Oh, I won't have no worries, Tom. I'm locking the door from the inside.
That's the last overseas plane that just landed over there, Blackie. If your friend isn't on it, we'll have to come back to this airport tomorrow.
Yes, I know. Incidentally, the man I've come down here to meet isn't my friend, but he's going to be.
I happened to overhear that remark, Blackie.
Well, it sounds as if it doesn't make sense, doesn't it? But you see, Faraday heard that the French police are looking for Pierre Lascal. And I'm pretty sure that he's en route to this country, and when he gets here, he's going to lead us right to the killers of Ori Taylor. Lead me, rather. And, Mary, look over there, that man just getting off the plane.
Yeah? What about it?
Now take a look at this picture Faraday let me have. Isn't that the same man?
Well, he has a mustache and a goatee, but I think it's the same person, Blackie.
Okay, back up, sister. I want to officially welcome Pierre Lascal back to this country.
Now, Blackie, please be careful.
I'll not only be careful, Mary, I'll be good. Watch, this ought to be fun. Welcome back to America, Pierre.
You are speaking to me?
Your name's Pierre, isn't it, Pierre Lascal?
Oui.
Well, we know each other, whether you'll be willing to admit it or not. I'm Boston Blackie.
Oh, oui, I have heard of you.
And I've done more than hear of you. But I didn't hear you were wearing false whiskers.
Oh! You will see they are not false.
Unless the whole face is false. Well, come on, Pierre.
Come? Where?
We're going to see your old friends, Tom Downey and Joe Small. Or you're going to police headquarters and tell me where I can find them.
I have other plans, Blackie.
The French police will make your plans from now on, Pierre. You wanted for murder in Paris, and your former buddies are wanted for murder here.
I have no idea what you are talking about, monsieur.
No? Well, then you're coming with me, and I'll give you an idea. And I have an idea you'll do most of the talking.
Well, so long, Joe. If you see your Aunt Effie, don't forget, say hello for me.
Yeah, sure. Take care of yourself, Tom, but not too good. Well, I won't be seeing you.
That's okay with me.
Fine.
What are you going to do about your tickets? That boy never got here, you know.
I'll get him at the station. In case... Yeah, that must be the kid now. Who is it?
Kid must be hard of hearing.
What's the difference? What does he have to do? Pass a physical to deliver a couple of tickets? Wait a minute. Okay, I'll take... Hey, you're no kid.
And you're not kidding. Back up, you clowns.
Hey, what's going on?
Anybody here remember me? I didn't have this gun the last time we met, but you haven't got the car you tried to knock me off with, so we're even.
Blackie, huh?
Ain't you ran up?
How'd you find us, Blackie?
I persuaded Pierre Lascal to tell me where you might be found. Faraday's persuading him right now to go back to France, where he's wanted for murder.
What?
Let's go, fellas. I'm sure Lascal wants to say goodbye to you.
You know, Blackie, maybe we could make a deal. We've got a lot of dough, and it would still be a lot. Split 3 ways.
No fooling.
Yeah.
And stop moving around, you. I don't like guys who get nervous.
The light's still. You can turn them on.
I sure could.
Oh! In the dark, huh, you clowns? Okay, my back's to the door. You want out? Come past me.
I got his gun here, Joe. Get him back.
Only 2 down, but there's no question that the side is out.
Blackie, do you realize something? You know, this is the first time you've solved a French murder case.
Oh, it wasn't too difficult, Mary. But it would have been pretty difficult if I hadn't taken French in school, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, Blackie.
Well, actually, I didn't solve the French side of the case at all.
Oh.
Paris police did that. They knew it was Lascal who murdered Claire Taylor from fingerprints they found in his music shop.
Uh-huh. You did all right, though, Blackie. Every theory of yours was correct, except for one.
What? Which one was that?
The theory you had that Pierre Lascal's whiskers were false.
Oh, that. Well, that little error hurt him a lot more than it did me, Mary.
I'll say.
It was when I threatened to test them again that he finally decided to tell me where his former partners were.
Oh, I think he was stupid to come to this country, Blackie. You'd never have found his former partners if he hadn't come over here to see them.
I know that, Mary. That's why I had Faraday put a story in the Paris papers that the safe was empty when the police opened it.
Oh, I see.
Pierre came to this country to get his share of the loot. And now he and his partners will share the same fate.
What was I up to, Kay?
The last thing you dictated was... Now, let me see. Oh, here we are. Jeffrey felt that there was something in the room. Something he couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he was alone, but had the feeling he wasn't. Now what?
Had the feeling he wasn't. And, well, never mind. Let's take 5, Kathy. We've been at this story for hours now.
Suits me, Master.
Tell me, how are things between you and Jim, Kay? I haven't heard you talk about him lately.
That's all over, David.
Oh?
I told you we quarreled.
Yes, I know. About me.
Uh-huh.
Well, you listen to me, young lady. I never knew a couple of kids in love who didn't quarrel. And very often it's about the girl's employer.
Jim and I aren't in love.
So?
David, you're so smart in so many things. Yet when it comes...
This is a fine thing. Supposed to be staying late because you were working, Kay. You call that working?
Come in, Jim. Sit down. How are things at the Riding Academy?
Never mind being concerned with my business. I didn't come up here for any friendly discussion.
Oh.
Now, Dave, you listen to me. Stop spilling those...
Stop it.
Go my coat, will you, please?
Jim, leave him alone.
I'll leave him alone. Please don't. Hey, the 2 of you alone. First, I'm going to convince this guy that he better stop telling you lies about me. And he can leave us alone from now on.
Now, really, Jim, I don't know...
Look out! All right. That.
Get out of here, Jim. Get out of here. Oh, just look what you've done to Dave.
Isn't half what he deserves. He's a mystery writer, isn't he? The greatest mystery about him is why I don't knock him off instead of just knocking him out.
Cerebral Cinema hopes you have enjoyed this movie of the mind.